Hey guys, Jessica Gemstone here. It's the end of January, it's in the middle of slow season, and are you feeling it yet? Oh my gosh guys, I have a lot of customers that come in every year and they tell me that January is so slow, and they always ask me, is that normal? What should I be doing differently? Why are my sales dropping off the face of the planet compared to December? And you know what guys, I just wanted to say that's totally normal. That's totally fine, everything's gonna be okay, it just takes time. So from January until March, that would be considered slow season for many retailers. That's the time when your sales are going to drop dramatically in comparison to October, November, and December, which is high season for most retailers. So guys, don't freak out. Don't stress about it. Try and take this time to do a couple of positive things for your business. So here's a couple tips. So guys, when a slow season hits, when there's not a lot of sales coming in, what do? Well, I go and plan, and you guys, I know a lot of people do not like planning that much, but honestly, if you can plan, if you can write some notebooks down, make yourself a list of things to do, you will be so happy with yourself later on. So from January, actually January for the most part is my planning month, and I take a lot of time to write notes down and write down what I'm going to do for the whole year. A lot of times I'll plan up for a couple of months so that I know what I'm doing this month and next month and moving forward. So try and think of your year as in half years, so think from January until June, take that time, plan out what those months are going to look like so you know what to work on. So guys, since Christmas is fresh in your mind, we just finished the season up, write down a list for yourself for next year on what things you want to change, what shows you want to go to again, what shows maybe didn't go over that well for you, they weren't so successful, and write yourself down a list of things that you want to make for the new year, and all of your great ideas that you have, write it all down. So when you get to that season, September, October, and you're starting to think about doing shows, or even before that, then you can start looking at your list and planning things out. A lot of shows, guys, this goes for anywhere. A lot of shows you have to pre-register and plan for those shows months and months in advance. So it's always good to take all of your information from Christmas, write it all down so you're ready to go for the new year. You'll also find that there's a lot of mini seasons throughout the year, like Valentine's Day, Easter, but that's totally your choice on if you want to capitalize on that, if you want to do advertising for that or do shows. That, I would say, is totally dependent on what you sell. Some people will do awesome for Valentine's Day, other people won't, and vice versa. But the main holiday that everybody should focus on would be that Christmas season at the end of the year. As January hits and we're lazy, we ate too much turkey, we want a break, and we forget about Instagram, we forget about Facebook, and we stop posting things online. And guys, if you can continue posting, if you can keep that consistent, you are going to notice a big change in how your sales are overall for the year. If you can keep it consistent, keep your customers finding something new, you're going to give them a reason to want to spend their money. And maybe that doesn't happen in January, maybe they have to wait until March before they get to purchase that piece they wanted. But you know what? If they cannot see it on your social media, they're not going to know that you have it to sell. So keep on posting, guys, even if it's once a week. If you want to take a little bit of time off and just do something once a week, once every 2 weeks, that's okay. But make sure that you're posting things on your social media, so on your Instagram or your Facebook, or wherever you post. Make sure to post. Don't be lazy, keep it going, and your sales will pick up eventually. Another thing to keep in mind, if you're going to be posting all the time, well, you should be creating all the time as well. In January or February or March, again, when you're not doing a lot of sales, you don't have to be making as many pieces, but you still have to be making something new. Because if you can create something, put it online, show people what you're making, then it's really going to give you a good start to the year. You're going to see what people are shopping for, see if your idea is going to take off for the year, and that's the best way to keep something consistent and to keep your business growing. So remember, keep posting your things and keep creating new pieces. You will find that you will ebb and flow with the seasons, so you'll obviously be making more when it's in a higher season, but if you can take your time right now when it's slow and when you're not doing shows, take the time to create more pieces. You're going to find that once show season hits and you're doing shows in the spring or the summer, you'll have pieces already made. So try and plan ahead of time, so think future planning, make jewelry for the future, and it'll be so much easier on yourself once you get to your high season. Another big thing to work on at the beginning of the year is cleaning up your workspace. I know that's one thing that's very frustrating for a lot of people, and it gets super chaotic at Christmas time. Maybe you're one of those organized people, I don't know, but for me anyway, I know I have a table full of things and it takes a while to put everything back and to reorganize yourself. And also, it's the best time of the year to do an inventory on what stock you have. So go through all of your bins, go through all of the stuff on your table, put everything away, and see what pieces that you need to be purchased purchasing, and maybe you'll find those 5 pairs of pliers that you lost last year. Maybe you're going to find 10 more earring hooks than you thought you had. But you know what? Take the time, organize your space, organize your thoughts, and do an inventory of what you have. So when you're working on an inventory for yourself, write down the things that you absolutely need right now to finish a few projects. This is not the time to really hoard things and to really buy a lot of things unless you're going to use it right away. So take this time to do an inventory, figure out what pieces you absolutely need for the new year, so it helps with your cash flow. And in the meantime, take a couple of pieces that you have, a couple of gemstones, maybe some chain, put it together and create some new things that maybe you would not have thought of before, but it's going to be brand new pieces you could sell right away, and you won't have to put any new investment into it. You have a lot of little bits and pieces left over from last year. Try and work on some pieces without buying anything. So that means no extra money that you have to spend, but you get to create a lot of new things, and it's a really fun, interesting way to come up with new designs that maybe you weren't going to think about before. After March, you're going to find that things are going to slowly pick up throughout the year. It totally depends on your situation. If you're doing a lot of shows in the spring or a lot of shows in the summer, then you're going to find that those months are more successful for you. But most of the time, it's just going to be like a big incline for the rest of the year as far as sales go overall, with the exception of September. September, guys, is always a bit of a lull. That is back to school season. Everybody's trying to sort themselves out for college, get their kids back to school, all that fun stuff. It's the end of summer break, so we always find that September seems to be a bit of a slow month, so use that as your other planning month closer to Christmas season. And then after that, once October hits, it's all Christmas season from there on in. So that's a good way to kind of sort out your planning schedule for the year, and to see when you should be making things, when you should be selling things, and when you should be taking a break and organizing your thoughts. So I hope a few of those tips will come in handy for you. I hope you guys had an awesome, awesome Christmas season last year. I hope you'll have an amazing 2020 this year, and take some rest for yourself. Get yourself a little bit more organized, and I wish everybody a successful 2020 for their selling year. Talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys. Breathe. You got this.